Okay, so I'm going to go table by table, and you guys are going to tell me what you know. All right, so we'll start with the aces. What do you know about it? Oh, just one? They're anxious. It's negative, right? What do you mean by it's negative? I shouldn't have done that. How do you know it's negative? Oh, there's a negative sign. That's one piece of information that says it's negative. Next group. It's called a parabola. Good. Next group, number 3. Ooh, they went right for the big guns. The domain is what? No. Oh, here. There you go. It's got arrows. I know. I'm sorry. It's got arrows. So since it has arrows, Shreya, thank you. She called me on that one, right? Perfect. Good. What else? Let's see right here. The highest point is what? 9. The highest point is 9. We would say the relative maximum, right? Relatively to this graph right here, that would be 9. And we say it's at a point. Let's see, it looks like it's at 2. 2, 9 is our relative maximum. What else, guys? It crosses at negative 2 and 4. What does that... Okay, so some people are being wrong, even if they're trying to come up with new things. What does that mean it crosses at negative 2 and 4? Is there another way we could say that, Philip? I hear it. Those are zeros. Is there another way we can say that? X-intercept. They're also solutions, right? Because remember when we did the absolute value graph? That would have been the solution, right? But I'm going to rewind that. Next group. Back here. You guys see anything else? Table number 4? You can't tell. Awesome. I like it. You can't really tell the slope. But it does have a slope to it, right? Awesome. What else? Let's see. Let's go to table number 7. Table number 7. You have everything. So that would be a pass. Table number 8. Pass. Nothing new. Table 9. Hold on. Florencia? It what? The y-intercept is 8. How do you know? This is a specific, legitimate question. Because what? Did you guys just hear what she said? No more working on that. Okay? Florencia said, because it's at the end of the equation. Is that why the y-intercept is 8? Christopher? Is it 1? Thank you. Appreciate it. Is Florencia right? Is this why it's the y-intercept? Because it says 8 at the end. Yes. Let me show you why. Okay, some of you may have only saw that it intercepts here at 8, which is actually, we would write 0, 8. So what's happening to x when y is 8? What's x? 0. So if I made everything 0, where x is, what would happen? 0 squared is really 0. What's 2 times 0? 0. So all you have left is 8. So that constant is always going to be your y-intercept. Always. Okay, so let's work with this. You guys forgot the range. What's the range? 9. 9. And equal to, right? I didn't spell range correctly. Okay, I'm going to pull you guys back in. So we're going to have a blast from the past. Isn't that cute? All right, guys, I got to reel you in. Okay, I'm going to teach you to factor in a different way. Parsa, you're killing me with the marker right now. Thank you. So I need everybody's attention. Okay, so I'm going to show you how what you've been doing with the Xbox method or what you've been doing with FOIL, you can do in your head. Okay? So I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, so if I were to use the box method, I would say x times x is x squared. If I were to FOIL, I would talk about the first, and the first, which is x times x, is x squared. I would just look at it and go x times x is x squared. Then I would look at my last. Negative 1 times negative 5 is positive 5. Well, let's look at my last. Negative 1 times negative 5 is positive 5. Then I would look at my inner. And this is where I'm going to switch. Negative 1 times x is negative x. Negative 1 times x is negative x. My inner is negative 1 and x. My outer is x and negative 5. So x and negative 5 is negative 5x. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. Now with the box, what am I supposed to do with these two? Combine by term. A negative x and a negative 5x, a negative, we should say 1x. A negative 1x and a negative 5x is negative 6x. Yes. I like it. Let's look at more. So I'm going to take that information that I just did and I'm going to graph it. So from this information here, I know that I have zeros. Let's do it with this. At x equals 1 and x equals 5. We learned that from our absolute value, right? So at 1 and at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What else do I know from that? Can you figure out your axis of symmetry? How many of you remember x equals negative b over 2a? It's a formula to find the axis of symmetry. I don't need a formula, though, because in Common Core math, you just make sense of it. Do I need a formula to figure out where the middle of those two dots are? No, I can just look at it. Right? It's right there. So now I want to find that y-intercept. So in order to find that y-intercept, isn't my y-intercept this one? How could I find this one? Negative 1 times negative 5 is positive 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should have done that in green, but that's okay. I really wish I would have color-coded those. It's really bugging me now. So I'm at 0, 5. And I'm just going to finish this off just for the heck of it. So x times x is x squared. And I call it rainbows and checks. This is negative x. This is negative 5x, which makes negative 6x. There's one more point I could plot here. I know that parabolas are symmetrical. So if this is 1, 2, 3 away from the axis of symmetry, I could also go 1, 2, 3 in the other direction. And now hold on. And now I have enough information to sketch the graph. I'm not worrying about the vertex right now. We're going to do that in a couple days. Tomorrow. How did I get the 2 points on the x-axis? Because if I solve for x, these are my zeros. Just like we did with the absolute value, remember? Where I said if it's -1, it's going to be the opposite. It's going to be +1, remember? Because if I set it equal to 0, it's going to be x equals +1. Remember now? Okay, questions so far. So all we're doing tonight, well, not all we're doing. I just did the foiling piece. Now I'm going to give you, I'm going to go quicker than I did the other class. How much time do we have? Okay. Okay, can you guys go ahead and multiply this out and give this to me on whiteboards really quick, please? Fine. Okay, so I'm going to use, look at my first, I've got an x and an x, which is x squared. I've got my last, which is 2 times 4, which is +8. So now all I have to do is find that mystery middle. You don't need a box to do this. Look, 2x and 4x's makes 6x's. You see how quick that is? All right? I'm going to do another one. See if you can do this one really, really fast for me. Show me that one. Do I have another one in here? Yeah, show me that one. Really quick on your whiteboard. Let's try and go as fast as 1. All right, guys, looking good. If you don't have what I have, erase it. Put it down, guys. I'm doing it. So first I'm going to look at the first two. X and x is x squared. The last is -2 and a -2. -2 times -2 is +4. And to find the middle, it's -2x. And the outer is -2x, which makes a total of -4x. Yep. Combine them. You combine them. A -2 and a -2 is a -4. Not so, right? All right, so now I'm going to go in reverse. Pencils down, eyes up here. I'm just going to go in reverse of what I just did. If I have x squared, then these first two must be x and x. If I have a 3 back here, then the only way I can get 3, Allison, looking up here, Amanda up here, the only way I can get a 3 is a 3 and a 1. But 3 times 1 is 3. This is -3. So one of these has got to be negative. If I make this one negative and this one positive, and I do my whole rainbows and checks, I get 3x and -1x, which makes +2x. This says negative. So I need to switch it. So instead of this one being positive, and check this out, guys, it's kind of easy to figure out, because if this is -2, that means the bigger one must be negative. If I'm going to result in a negative sign, then the bigger one needs to be negative to make it a negative sign. Now when I do my rainbows and checks, I get a -3x and a +1x, which combined makes -2x. That's what we have, bingo. For the sake of time, we're going to do one more like this on whiteboard. See if you guys can factor that one for me. Just factor. We're not going to graph it right now. Oh, sorry. Typo. So just to let you know, your test tomorrow is not on any of this. Okay? It's just on the absolute value stuff. Okay? This is new material. You like this better? Okay, can I see? You know what I like is I don't see any boxes. Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I know I have an x squared here, so it must be x and x. I know I have a 5. In the last class, I got a lot of this. Why is that wrong? Wait, oh, Carrie. You're multiplying. So to get 5, 2 and 3, that's adding. So that's not right. So that would be 5 and 1. It doesn't matter if it's 5 and 1 or 1 and 5 because of commutative properties, correct? This is a plus, this is a plus, so it must be positive, positive. Let's do our rainbows and checks and make sure. Is 5x and positive 1x 6x? It is indeed. Can you guys do one more? Try that one. Another one. I'm going to pass out your homework right now. Thank you. I might as well pause it. Okay, so I've got an x squared, so that's for sure x and x. 9 can be factored into 3 and 3, but I need to make a negative 6x. How could I make 3 and 3 negative 6? No. They both have to be negative because negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. Okay, and I'm going to do one more thing for you guys. Give me 30 seconds. I need your full attention for 30 seconds, and then you can go. What are my zeros? What does x equal here?
3.
What does x equal through here?
3.
So if I only have one intersection, that's my only 0. So that also means it's also my axis of symmetry. So what's my y-intercept? From the original equation, what's my, where is it? 9? So that must mean I have another one over here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 right here. And then I can graph it. All right, guys, have a wonderful day.